Let's talk about food. Everybody loves food. One of the questions that I hear the most often from new backpackers is, how much food am I supposed to bring on my trip? And I'd love to get into a deep dive breakdown of exactly what packers bring and why, but today I'm just going to give you a few simple tips on what food to bring and how much and what to think about while you're packing, and then show you my haul for a 2-night, 3-day pack that I'm going on this weekend. So yeah, let's get into it. First and foremost, you need food to hike. If you don't have enough food, you're going to be tired and hungry and grumpy if you're lucky. But while you might be familiar with how much food you eat on a regular day, most people don't know how much food they need to eat when they're hiking and exercising all day long. A calorie counter is a good place to start. Just enter your age, your weight, and your gender, and then choose the extra active option for activity level, and then it'll spit out about how many calories you need in a day while hiking. For me, that number was just a little over 3,000, and that gives you a good baseline to know about how much food you want to pack per day. It's easy to pick your favorite food and then just pack 10 of it and call it a day. But no matter how much you like cup ramen and Snickers bars, you will get sick of them eventually. It's important to pack for variety, both to make sure that you get the proper nutrients while you're hiking and just to keep things interesting. Water is heavy. That's why backpackers bring a lot of dehydrated meals with them. Dehydrated food is also good because it keeps a long time. So, the next time you're thinking about packing a few apples, grab some dehydrated fruit sticks instead and save on the water weight. Also, beware of packing things with excess packaging like this. While it might be convenient, all of that trash that comes with this needs to be packed out at the end of the hike. And you don't want to be carrying a big old trash bag the entire time you go. Better to break things down into individual small plastic bags like these and save on both the weight and the amount of garbage that you're bringing in. Remember to pack out whatever you pack in. Speaking of which, whenever you're packing food, ask yourself 2 questions. How am I going to cook this, and how am I going to clean this? The simplest foods, like trail mix or a bar, don't require any cooking at all, and pretty much no cleanup, just disposal of the garbage. However, these might be a little less enjoyable than the comfort food like a dehydrated meal. When planning your food, think about the purpose and the goals for your trip. Looking for a comfortable hike? Pack some oatmeal packets or something that you can cook inside of a pot to have a nice, relaxing, warm breakfast. Don't want to deal with all the mess? Well, you can take something like this, which comes in its own package. But be aware that the trade-off for not having to clean as many dishes is that you have some extra garbage that you need to bring out with you. Focused more on speed, just skip the hot breakfast altogether. Eat some bars for breakfast, and then be on your way. With all of this in mind, here is what I am bringing on my weekend hike. I like to think about my food for the day as breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, and break it out into those categories. Let's look at my Saturday, which is the only full breakfast through dinner day that I have on this hike. For breakfast, we have one of these Kodiak Cakes oatmeal power cups. These are really tasty. It's everything packed into one. It's not very efficient for space, but because I'm only hiking for a couple days and because I'm going on a hike with my wife, and this is her first backpacking trip, we're going a little bit more of the luxury route. Along with that oatmeal, of course, we're gonna have some coffee, and I like to mix a little bit of hot chocolate into my coffee, which is delicious. And I've got some of these fruit sticks and granola bars, some trail mix as well, all things that you can add to the breakfast if you're still a little bit hungry. For lunch, I plan on eating some tortillas and these Star-Kissed tuna creations or chicken creations along the way. These are really tasty and they're really simple. You just open up the pack, smear it inside of your tortilla, and you've got yourself an easy, no cook required lunch. For dinner, we are sparing no expense, and we've got some of my personal favorite dehydrated meals here. The Peak Refuel sweet pork and rice, very good. and Backpacker's Pantry risotto with chicken, which is just absolutely amazing. I can't recommend this one enough. Love it. And we even have a dessert. I've not tried this one before. This is the mango sticky rice, but Carrie and I picked it out at the store at REI, and I think we're going to enjoy it. For snacks throughout the day, I have got my tried and true personal favorite, the Good & Gather Target brand coconut chocolate. These are very similar to the RX bars, which I also love, but I just really like this coconut chocolate flavor that Target carries. And then if you've never tried these before, we've got some Luna bars as well. I've got some jerky because I always find myself wanting some jerky at some point during the trail, and some beef sticks, which I have not brought before, but we'll see how those go and whether I like these more than jerky or not. And that's pretty much it. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is breakfast, one of these for lunch and dinner. I've got 2 lunches, 2 dinners, 1 special dessert, and 2 breakfasts packed. That is Friday night, all Saturday, and then Sunday morning as we were hiking out. And then for the snacks, it's just things to fill in the space in the middle. All of this together adds up to be around 3,000 calories a day, which was my goal. Some things to note here: trail mix. They call it trail mix for a reason. This stuff is incredibly calorie dense. One of these little bags here, like 120 grams, is 600 calories. That's the same amount as in one of these peak refuels. So yeah, look at that. Pretty much equal amounts of calories between these 2 things. Don't sleep on the trail mix, especially when it has dehydrated cranberries in it. Those are the best. I've been thoughtful about having some protein on all sides. That's important. Obviously, water is going to come. Hydration is going to be taken care of. But the water I'm drinking, this pack might be a little bit sodium heavy. Oh, and I always try and pack 1 leafy green. I don't have it shown here, but we're going to bake some kale ahead of time and have some baked kale chips that we're going to bring along the way, because it's always nice to have at least 1 green thing on your hike. If you like this kind of video, you should check out my series I've started called Spark Notes. I take notes as I'm hiking in a notebook like this. I jot them down along the trail, and then when I get back, I bundle them all together and recap those notes into lessons that I've learned that I think might also be helpful for somebody else, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned veteran. If you've got a favorite food that you always bring hiking, let us know and share it in the comments. I've been putting up videos every month now, and I'm planning on keeping a regular schedule because I'm enjoying sharing what I'm learning and having fun doing hiking. So if you're interested in this kind of video, or you want to see other things like backpack and gear reviews, tent reviews, more talk about food, or just my experiences on the trail, go ahead and subscribe and you'll see the next video when it comes out next month. That's everything I've got for you. If you've got any questions about food or things you want to share, just put them in the comments and let me know. And Sparky out. Pack some oatmeal packets. Woo! Pack some oatmeal packets. Say it with me, Carrie. Pack some oatmeal packets. That's a tongue twister.